There is sad news for the hip hop community, and especially right here in the city of Atlanta. Takeoff from the Migos was shot and killed in Houston, Texas. The shooting happened shortly after 2:30 a.m. at a bowling alley, 810 Billers and Bowling in Houston. Video has now surfaced showing Quavo in a heated argument with some guys outside of the bowling alley after playing in an alleged dice game. A A fight broke out and someone opened fire, shooting Takeoff either in the head or near his head. Sadly, he was pronounced dead at the scene. TMZ has obtained footage from the scene, and you can see Quavo in an orange shirt and others gathered around Takeoff. At first, they tried to move him, but then they put him back down, and Quavo yelled for someone to get help. Police tell us that two other people were shot and were taken to the hospital in private vehicles, and their conditions are unknown at this time. Just a couple of hours before the shooting, Takeoff posted a selfie from the bowling alley. Quavo had posted videos earlier in the night driving around town with Jazz Prince, who was celebrating his birthday. Takeoff, whose real name is Kershnik Kari Ball, was the youngest member of the Migos at the age of 28. Quavo was his uncle, and Offset is his cousin. They came together as a group in 2008 as Polo Club and then changed their name to Migos and became the multi-platinum hit makers that we know, dropping their first major hit, Versace, in 2013. Their first number one single on Billboard was Bad and Bougie back in 2016 off of their 2017 album Culture, which also debuted at number one on Billboard's Top 100 in 2017. The story is still developing, and we will update you as more details become available. Destiny and Brody, we were texting and talking about this earlier. I think we all have been affected by this. Tell me how y'all feel. What y'all think? What y'all feeling?
I'm discombobulated and I'm a little bit disturbed. And I say that for many reasons because, as we all know, Takeoff to me, he was the most laid back one. And not even just within the group, but if you just kind of observe and pay attention, he was an artist that did not do the most. It was almost like he was, down to earth, like he didn't, to me, you did not see him on Instagram daily flashing money or, flashing his jewelry. I just feel like he was not starstruck pertaining to the fame. And I feel like, the way that it happened to him is so devastating. I mean, allegedly he was not even in the midst of the argument. He was just there. And, the bullet hit him. And that is just devastating because not only, a young artist, again, has lost his life, but a person, that was just humble, a person that carried himself in a way of a manner of, I'm used to this, or, I'm not starstruck by this. I don't know if you all watched the statement the police released, but the police himself even stated that people out of Houston and Atlanta was saying how good of a guy he was and just a good person. So, I mean, it really makes me feel some type of way. I can honestly say that I am affected by it. And I've been a Migos fan since day one, since, college. I've been Migos high school. So, for me, it's very devastating and sad to say. I just feel as if the Migos will never be the same, sadly. I mean, that's me.
For sure, Destiny. I feel exactly the same way. For me personally, it really hit home. I saw his name pop up on like Twitter notifications, and I was like, oh my, I saw his name and I saw Bowling Alley. That's all I saw. I was like, oh, maybe either they threw a big dope party at the bowling alley or like they got to a fight. I didn't never expect death. When I saw that literally like killed my entire day. Like you could literally feel like the devastation and just in random people who I encounter who live in Atlanta or just people who are friends who I've talked to, even speaking to y'all, because he was such an influential individual. Like I just feel like just his music, like even in recently, he just did an interview where he was talking about like, he really just is want people to understand like he's getting his flowers now. Like he's tapping into his full potential. And for him to have said that, it's almost like, you see the signs, like the signs are painted in front of you, and then things like this happen, and ultimately, like I'm devastated. This really touched home to me. My heart and soul goes out to all his fans, his family, even Quavo. Like in that video, it was so disturbing to see like him. You could just tell he was so distraught and just heartbroken, and it just broke my heart
I
altogether.
couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it because I couldn't watch it. I felt as if it would break my heart as well, Brody. And to me, you know, my heart goes out for Quavo and his family. And I'm not going to say especially Quavo, but I am going to put emphasis on Quavo only because of their relationship, of how close they were. You know what I mean? And not only with them being close in this present moment, but with them being kids and growing up together. You know, that was his nephew, but it was someone that was like his brother. So my heart goes out for him, you know, because it's like you always seen them together. Even if you did not see Offset with them, you seen Quavo and Takeoff. So, you know, it's a devastating thing. And, you know, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart for the industry because it's like we're losing rappers left and right, you know, and I hate to, and it's so sad because it's almost like, is it dangerous being a rapper these days? Like, I mean, we just lost PNB. Like, can we get over one before? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just, it's devastating, you all. And at this point, I just feel as if, you know, it's a wake-up call for everybody, not just the industry, but for all of us. You know, life is short and we have to cherish and value each moment.
Yeah, when I first received some text messages from some friends this morning, I didn't want to believe it. But as soon as I Googled his name, the first few things that popped up was that he had been killed in Houston. And I was like, maybe this is just a bad joke. It was Halloween last night. You know, this is supposed to be a fun time for people to be out celebrating, enjoying themselves. The fact that he wasn't in the city of Atlanta made it even more like, is this real? Made you question it a little bit more. And so I'm personally to the point, I think society has become a little numb to all of these murders, to the Black men getting killed, whether it's a George Floyd, whether it's a rapper, whether it's your cousin Pookie, whoever it is. Like we starting to normalize it. And the fact that we post it so much on social media and think it's okay, like where do we start having respect for these people's families? Like he's still a person at the end of the day. Why are we okay with posting somebody's dead body or their final moments on social media for clout? Like this generation, I think alone has started thriving off of clout. Who can get the most likes? Who can get the most shares? Who can get the most comments on their page? Who can make it to a blog before the next person? So me personally, I'm sad. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of hearing about it. My heart aches for his entire family, for his friends, for his fan base, just everybody who's affected by it, because it's like at the end of the day, we all are here for a purpose and put on this earth for a reason. And I just feel like his life was cut before he really got a chance to really fulfill all of that. I mean, yes, the Migos have had a very big impact, not just on the culture here in Atlanta, but just nationwide and even worldwide. Like there's people singing Migos music overseas somewhere. So we are all mourning right now. But how do y'all personally feel about seeing these videos going all across social media of his final moments?
For me,
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I think for me, like it is just a violation of privacy. You know, like don't, I don't, some people get a thrill off of seeing people like murdered and stuff like that. That is not like, I mean, granted, like it's just so unfortunate. It's the same case, wrong place, bad time, like, and I just feel like people have no sense of, you know,
sensitivity,
empathy.
Yeah,
sensitive empathy at all. And it's just like, you know, how they just don't care. It's just more so like, again, like you said, it goes back to the clout thing. Like at the end of the day, like we have to be more respectful of people. And I feel like that's where social media has the whole world fucked up, you know, at the end of the day, because like, so you see so much via social media and you take this and you think, oh, this is how I want to live my life, or this is how I want to like envision my life. And it takes people to this new reality of who they think they're going to be as an individual. And when before social media, everything was quiet, like you didn't hear as much about it. Now it's just like heightened every day. Boom, death here, boom, death there, shooting here, robbery there. And it's just, it's too toxic. That is like a toxic being. That's why you see so much going on with like mental health. So many people out here just being attacked. It's just too much at the end of the day. It's not good for the mental. It's not good for people. And just the visual. When I saw the visuals on my own, I couldn't even breathe because it was so overwhelming for me.
I mean, like I told you all, I couldn't even watch it. And It's various reasons why I couldn't watch it, but I'm going to say this: it's a level of respect. It's a level of respect for his soul, and it's a level of respect for his family, because not only is his family dealing with a hard time right now, but and who would think in their right mind that someone that's close to him or whoever has lost their life, we want to see that on social media? Let's stop and just marinate on that. Who would think that his family would want to see that? So to me, it's a level of respect. And Brody, as you stated, people on social media is the same as you, Jordan, as you stated. Everyone wants clout. Everyone wants to be the first person to broadcast something, or the first person to post something, or the first person to know something. And at the end of the day, it's a motive behind it, and it's clout, because everyone wants attention. Everyone wants to go viral. Everyone wants to be involved in something. And to me, that's not good, because social media is tarnishing our society. And I hate to say it like that, and I'm gonna say it like this, because social media was not designed for this. People have, to me, people have taken social media and they have literally done something bad to it when it was not meant for that. And Brody, like you said, that's why people have these mental issues. People get on social media and feel like, you know, they can look at someone else's life and try to compare their life to that, or try to get their life like that, not knowing that social media at the end of the day is social media. No one is going to show the real side of what they're doing and what they're dealing with. And I feel as if people forget that concept and they get on social media and they try to prove a point, or they try to keep up, or, you know, they just try to do something to make themselves stand out when it's an embarrassment to themselves. You know what I mean? And it's like you said, Brody, it's no sense of empathy. It's no sense of sensitivity. And I feel like we as a society should take heed to that. Like, you know, let's show compassion and let's show empathy, because not only are they already dealing with the death, but then they got to turn around and witness this on social media. Like, really? I mean, it's disrespectful, and I can't stand it. And to me, it's distasteful. Like, I just have to be honest and say it's very distasteful to me. I mean, I hate it. And I feel like people really need to stop doing that. Like, seriously, like that video should have not been released. It should have never, it should just never taken place. And why are you recording someone in a condition like that anyway? I mean, you're weird. Weirdo. I'm saying that you are a weirdo. Whoever did it, you're weird. Like, that's just that. I'm sorry, because that's stupid. I'm serious. Like, I mean, come on, y'all. Let's just be real. Social media is not for that. It's not.
Yeah. I think my issue with this too is that we don't look at the bigger picture of the situation. When you do record somebody to that extent in their final moments, you not even considering their family. What if their family hasn't been notified and this is the first way, or this is the way that they're finding out that this person is now deceased? Like, nobody wants to find out from social media that they've lost a family member, a friend, just anybody in general. That should not be the way somebody finds that type of information out. But let me ask y'all this question. I've been seeing different posts on social media saying that it's the lack of gun control. Houston is like Georgia, where it's an open carry state. Anybody can carry a gun openly if they want to, use self-defense. How do y'all feel? Do y'all think gun control has something to do with this, or not even just with him, just with rappers in general? Or do you think this is becoming a Black issue? Instead of it being about guns, it's about us killing each other. What do y'all think?
A little bit of both. I'm tired of us killing each other. You know, one thing I don't like about us, and I'm gonna say it, I don't care. We love to want, when it's convenient, we love Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. But what happens to Black Lives Matter now? You kind of get one going. When it's convenient, we want to yell that. But now that it's not so convenient, we're forgetting about that. I don't like that. I don't like that. If we're gonna be like that, we need to stand on it. Meaning that we don't need to be killing each other. We don't need to be setting each other up. We need to support one another. You know what I mean? So for me, I feel as if it's a little bit of both. You know, I do feel as if the gun control laws may take some, you know, impact in that, because, you know, I'm just gonna say it. Everybody has a gun now, and it's like, people that has a gun now, it's almost like they're just not afraid to use. They'll use it for anything. And to me, that's a problem, because you can't even look at a person wrong nowadays without them wanting to pull out a gun. So I feel like it's a little bit of both, you know, the gun control laws, and we just killing each other, and we need to stop. I mean, that's just that for me.
For me, I want to say it is definitely a little bit of both, but you know, it really boils back down to, kind of like an ego. I feel like, in the rap community, I feel like definitely there's a lot of security, a lot of, I mean, just listening to the lyrics, there's a lot of like gang activity, just a lot of like, just like, it's just a lot that goes on, a different side of the rap community that we don't see. So, and it's more just like, okay, more so you trying to make me feel stupid? Let me show you what stupid look like. It's more, that's why I say it's more of an ego thing than I would say gun control. Definitely, I feel like maybe not everybody should be entitled to that, but I definitely think they didn't intend on anything like that happening. They definitely wanted to go out, just have a good time, celebrate, like normal. And then I just feel like a bad situation went wrong. Of course, words were exchanged. You saw them that pre in one of the videos, and I think it's again there might have been some sort of beef, because apparently from one of the videos I saw, it was Quavo who was initially arguing with someone else about basketball, and then all I remember hearing was like, let's go, and then next thing you know, boom 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 boom, da-da-da-da-da. Like, I was just so confused. But I don't want to single it to one single situation. It falls back on the individual at the end of the day, as far as how they want to take it. Personally, I don't want to just say it's because, at the end of the day, I'm sure it's tons of people out there that say strap. They don't go into it with the thoughts that, oh, I'm going to try to kill somebody. It's just more so like a protective, but there's just so many ways you can twist it and turn it at the end of the day. But I think we need to stay on the like message of like, we as people need to stop killing each other. I don't care what we're arguing about. There should have been no need for that man to have been laying where he was in his own blood. He should have been doing other things. He should have been, like they said, they were trying to go. Let them enjoy life. That's the part of the problem. We're too quick to do things, like too quick. Oh, I'm gonna shoot your ass. You end up killing this man. Even if you don't want to kill him, like, you're still doing too much.
We need to value life more. I feel like a lot of people just do not value life like we should. Like, life is so precious. And I feel like sometimes people can take that for granted. You know what I mean? Like you said, Brody, people just, they're so quick and easy to pull out a gun before thinking. And it's like, now this man is gone and he can never come back. And it's like all over something so ignorant. Like, it's just, it's not worth it. And, furthermore, for me, I feel as if all of us, as a society, I just feel that we all can humble ourselves in different ways, especially artists that are, or have a big profile, because I'm sure a little ego, like you said, Brody, arrogance going on when you get a little fame and, get your little feet wet, whatever, and you feel like you are who you are. But at the end of the day, we are all human. And we, I feel to a certain extent, we can humble ourselves just a little bit, despite of who we are. Let's humble ourselves, because at the end of the day, I'm not, no shade or disrespect when I say this, but the fame and money don't matter. He dead and gone. And what the fame and money is? Down here with he dead and gone. Ain't took no jewelry. Can't take that jewelry with him. Can't take them cars. The money. Let's humble ourselves. Like, I'm just,
Yeah, and see, my thing is, so I think once you hit a certain celebrity status, you got to start moving differently. We've said this before, but honestly, with you being a part of the Migos, just being Amigos, period, like, y'all need to be moving. If you're going out into public places and parties like this, have security with you. And why are y'all engaging in gambling and shooting dice with people y'all really don't know? Like, because unfortunately, situations like this are going to happen because there's some type of jealousy, whether somebody losing money, whether somebody was talking shit, whatever the case may have been. At the end of the day, it should have never got to a point where this man has lost his life now at the age of 28. And that's the other issue that I have too. We're going to grow up in a generation where we're not going to say or be able to look back on rappers from our generation and say, oh, you remember when so-and-so came out with this song 20 years ago? No, you can't, because guess what? We can't even give him his flowers anymore. He got some of his flowers while he was here, but he didn't get all of them because his life was cut short now. So now it becomes a bigger issue, and these are the type of conversations that we got to keep having. And it's like nobody wants to keep having it. Like, we want to listen and enjoy more music from you as opposed to now laying
Mhm.
you to rest and putting RIP before your name. And then speaking of that, so we saw that he was with Quavo. Has anybody seen anything from Offset? Any statements, any posts, or anything from him?
I've seen nothing from Offset.
I haven't seen nothing from Offset, not nothing from Cardi B being his, wife. I even kind of dig deeper looking at Quavo's sister. I haven't seen her say anything. I haven't seen nobody. So that to me, I'm gonna just say it like this: the breakup. I'm not sure if you all are aware. As we all know, Migos have broken up, and allegedly they have broken up, and it wasn't as good, if I can say. Like the breakup was pretty bad, from allegedly. Let me just say, allegedly, the breakup was not a good breakup. They were not on the same page when they broke up. And allegedly P from QC, he did make the statement probably about a month or so ago that he's quoted that we all know who the problem is, stating, regarding to Offset, saying that Offset was the problem, out of the group, and, with some difficulties and misunderstandings going on. And allegedly, I also heard that they were kind of into it. And I seen today a girl, she posted and she pretty much stated that this is why we have to make amends and in the beef or the drama, because you never know. And when she said that to me, I took it as if, if him and Offset or Offset and Quavo were into it, whatever, they really have not had words since the breakup. And it's almost like now, Takeoff has been shot and killed, and it's like, how will Offset react now? Because just a month ago or so, I don't think they were on the same page, with some different entries going on, and just they were not agreements with a lot of things that they had going on. And I feel as if Offset left the group not in a gentle way. I feel like he left the group with a little heat in the midst of it, and I feel as if that alone is not going to be a good thing, because I feel like if Offset and Takeoff or even Quavo, if they were not on the same page when this took place, that's going to be hard for them. That's going to be hard for Offset, and that's going to be hard for Quavo, because not only have they broken up from a group that they orchestrated together, now they have to deal with the death of someone that is family and someone that they are or were in a group with. So I feel like Offset has not said anything on purpose. I feel like, me personally, I feel like he's probably not going to say anything for a little while now because of the breakup and how they broke up. Now, I will be honest and say I'm not 100% certain on how bad it was, but I will say this: allegedly, the breakup was not good. They broke up, not in an agreement with a lot of things. And if you all have noticed, you have not seen Offset and Quavo or Takeoff together in a while. Even at their album release party, that Quavo, because they just released the album, Nip and Few, Quavo and Takeoff. I do not recall seeing Offset there. And in the past, they were always together. In the past, they always celebrated things together. I do not recall Offset being there when they celebrated that album release. So I don't think that they were seeing eye to eye when this happened. And that alone breaks my heart too, because if they were not, they did not have the chance to settle whatever the issue was, or whoever possibly needed to apologize. They did not have the chance to do that. And that's why you do have to give people their flowers while they're here, because if Offset never, made amends with Quavo and Takeoff, then it's like now Takeoff is not here for you to do that anymore. So I feel as if this is a lesson learned for a lot of us. Beef is not worth it. The drama is not worth it. Staying mad at each other or grudges, it's just not worth it, because at the end of the day, you just never know, and life is short. And not only that, they're family. So that makes it even more like, oh my God, you know what I mean? I'm sure we all have gotten into it with our cousin before. I mean, who hasn't? It's life. But the way allegedly the way that they have broken up, it was not good. And I feel that, that is going to cause a little, I guess to me, a little, I guess, how can I say it? Because I don't want to say anything in a disrespectful way towards them, but I will say I feel as if there's going to be a little pressure in the midst of what's going on. And now they have to plan a funeral on top of, who's to say, Quavo and Offset not really seeing eye to eye, but y'all gotta come together now, because this is a family member. Not only he's a family member, this is someone that you all, build a career with. So, I mean, honestly, with the Migos breaking up, and even before this happened with Takeoff, really there was no more Migos because they had broken up. Offset is a solo artist now, and it was Neff and Few, which was Quavo and Takeoff. So, I just feel like the situation is sad. It's a tragic, and I do feel as if the whole situation is devastating with them breaking up, and with them just breaking up months ago. Now Takeoff has been shot and killed. So I don't know. I mean, what are you all's take on that? Because I know you all have heard about them breaking up, but I'm just here to let you all know the breakup between the Migos is real. Is not a Migos.
From their last interview, I saw, Takeoff and Quavo, they were pretty much like, who's to say what's going to happen, or, there was just a lot of drama, but right now they just weren't seeing eye to eye. And I think, in certain cases, yeah, family, they go through drama, and sometimes it's really hard to recover in that moment because we always want to like get in there and fix it, but then sometimes it's so deep where we can't just go there. It's just so unfortunate that they couldn't go there, of course, because I feel like the more and more they grew, I definitely feel like there was definitely kind of like a diva, I would say diva moments, like they were probably, each one of them were probably working with somebody, and they're like, like they were feeling a beat or whatever, giving a little, this, that. That's how I feel like it really went down. But I mean, who's to say what I know what really goes on, but at the end of the day, like I want them to bridge the gap and come together. Like life's too short. When you just lost your, uncle, whatever, all that, brother. You lost your brother. Right. You lost him. So it's time for us to get back together and figure this out. Like, life's too short, and we can't. We just got to settle it, because at the end of the day, we lose it too many. Losing too many. Either they in jail or they die. We got to figure this out. We got to make it
just keep taking losses, though. You're right. Trouble just got killed this summer.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Lil Key died in May.
It's crazy. It's crazy that has become the norm. And even like you were saying, Destiny, they just released a new album, Unc and Few, and then I don't know if you guys heard the rumors about supposedly Quavo taking shots at Offset in the song Messy, saying that the reason why him and Sweetie broke up is because Offset was messing around with her. So that, I feel like, was a bigger can of worms. But now, like you guys are saying, family is more important than whatever other drama and BS y'all was dealing with prior to all of this. Now that y'all have lost Takeoff, who was a member of your group, who was a family member, who was your little nephew, your cousin, your brother, all of that, like, you got to take that into consideration now. You got to look at the bigger picture of the situation. So it's just sad. And then they just released a new video to Messy on Monday. So for all of these events that happen one after another, just so closely together, I just really hope that Offset and Quavo can mend their differences with each other and move forward, because as they can see, life is entirely too short to keep arguing and going in circles about meaningless bullshit. We also do want to say that the Houston police did a press conference asking anybody who has information on the shooter to come forward, because not only would it just be in a high profile case, but they want to solve this case. They want to make sure that they put the right person behind bars for what they have done, because they have taken this young man's life. And as we all have been saying, he was an innocent bystander to the whole entire situation. And sadly, now he is gone, and we are just going to have to remember him from everything that he left behind, from the videos, the songs, to, when they were on the BET Awards, and afterwards they were asking him why he wasn't on Bad and Bougie, like his quick little witty comebacks, all of that stuff. Even when they did the car karaoke, like all of those memories we just have to cherish going forward, and just really send up prayers and love out to their family and their fans. Brody and Destiny, I'm definitely sending love out to you guys because I know you guys were really affected by the news once we heard it. So just keep us all in your thoughts and prayers. And let's just hope that as a unit, as Black people, as a race, we can come together, we can support each other, love each other instead of killing each other. Because it's getting out of hand at this point. Like, we are in a pandemic, but we got our own pandemic going on, if that makes any sense. Like, we got to get it together.
We really do.
The story is still developing, like we said. As we continue to get more details on this case and on this story, we will continue to share with you guys and update you. But in the meantime, make sure you are following JuicyPop TV on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, fan base, wherever you find JuicyPop TV. Make sure y'all are following us. I am your girl, Miss J.
I'm Destiny Faith.
And I'm Lord Brody.
We love y'all.
We love y'all and appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Leave comments. Let us know how y'all are feeling about this situation, how it's affecting you, and your thoughts on everything.
And y'all let us know anything interesting y'all want to hear from us next too. Y'all let us know.
That part. Yes, ma'am. All right. Thank y'all. We love y'all, and we will talk to y'all soon.